Hello guys! Okay, so today is our last day here in Mykonos and we have got this tour booked. We're going to the island of Delos, which is an ancient archaeological site, and it also happens to be a UNESCO heritage site. So apparently there's like a full island there, an island that's full of old ancient things. It's apparently a civilization in itself. So I am very excited to see that. Today seems like a nice, beautiful day. It is windy and it does get cold as we get closer to the evening. So what I've decided to do today is to wear my boots. And of course, a sweatshirt with a hood. So I'm wearing my hoodie and boots. I just hope it doesn't end up being super sunny today and then I end up looking like a fool. Let's see what the day brings. And like I said, we're super excited. And of course, you all will be coming along with me. So stay tuned. And this is our boarding pass. On the ferry now, and I think it's gonna start moving soon. It's a nice little ferry, nice little one, kind of like old school type, but it's nice and cozy, and they've got a bar here, they've got a little restaurant. It cost us 50 euros per person for an English guided tour. So if you want to understand more, know more about the island, I would highly recommend getting a guided tour.
And this thing includes your travel from Mykonos to Delos and from Delos to Mykonos and the entry to the archaeological site of Delos.
So that's not bad at all, actually.
The ferry ride from Mykonos to the Sacred Island of Delos, a UNESCO World Heritage site, is only about half an hour long, but I promise you, this journey will take you thousands of years back. Delos has a rich history that dates back to almost 3000 BC, and according to Greek mythology, it's the birthplace of moon goddess Artemis and sun god Apollo, making this one of the most sacred sites in ancient Greece, second only to Delphi. Delos always raises some astonishment when one compares its size to its history. The island, which is no more than 5 kilometers long and 1.3 kilometers wide, was considered so sacred that birth and death of mortals was prohibited here. Now largely uninhabited, Delos was once a thriving commercial port and important religious center, boasting many temples dedicated to the gods. It's said that an estimated 750,000 tons of merchandise passed through the port every year during the 1st century BC. Today, the island is an archaeological treasure that is definitely worth exploring. Every year, the small island attracts thousands of visitors who arrive here to walk through the past as they explore the ruins that still stand on this barren and hilly landscape. Archaeological findings include the ruins of mansions, a theater, a gymnasium, ancient shrines, the sanctuary of Apollo, the world-famous Lions of Delos statues, and much, much more. When gazing at the ruins, it's clear that Delos once housed a great city. The ancient theater on Delos Island once accommodated 5,000 spectators. It was originally made of marble, but now it's partly ruined and overgrown with weeds. And this is all that remains of the magnificent structure today. As you roam around Delos, ruins of a wealthy neighborhood with 1- and 2-story houses can be seen. You can tell that the ancient Greeks loved to beautify their homes, judging by the beautiful floor mosaics that are still partly visible today. Particularly notable is the House of the Trident, which probably belonged to a ship owner or merchant and centers on a courtyard with a very fine mosaic floor. And another notable home is one owned by Cleopatra. No, but not the famous Egyptian queen. This Cleopatra, according to a plaque on her door, was just a wealthy woman living in a 12-room house. She was so rich that she had statues of herself and her husband erected inside her luxurious home. Overlooking the sacred lake is the Terrace of the Lions, also known as the Avenue of the Lions. This is one of the most photographed tourist attractions in Delos. It's home to a row of magnificent white marble lions. Originally there were 9, but now only 5 remain. In fact, even these, the ones that you're looking at right now, are just replicas. The originals are on show at the Delos Museum. In the year 1872, the French School of Athens began excavating on Delos in a project on a massive scale, which is still ongoing today. The excavations in the island are amongst the most extensive in the Mediterranean, and many of the artifacts found here are on display at the nearby Archaeological Museum of Delos and the National Archaeological Museum of Athens. The Delos Museum was actually built on site in 1904 by the Archaeological Society of Athens to accommodate the archaeological discoveries. Amongst its collection, the Delos Archaeological Museum houses a range of pottery, funerary artifacts, as well as mosaics and jewelry. One of the most celebrated exhibits at the Delos Archaeological Museum is that of the lion statues from the Terrace of the Lions. While many of its exhibits relate to the ancient Greek period, the Delos Archaeological Museum has pieces dating back to as far as the 25th century BC, offering an overview of the island since it was first inhabited. And here's my traveler's tip for you guys. In order to get the most out of the site, I would recommend that you guys consider hiring a guide or taking a guided tour. The guides can delve into the history of this place, which can help bring this ancient site to life. And just a little word of advice for those of you who suffer from seasickness or motion sickness like I do. Our ferry ride to Delos was totally smooth sailing. We had no issues. But on the way back, we ran into choppy waters and OMG, everything was crazy, topsy-turvy, and I actually got sick. I actually puked. So yes, if you have issues with motion sickness, please carry your anti-nausea medication when you go on these little ferries.
After our Delos cruise, I got sick, very sick, seasick from the ferry ride back. So then I slept throughout the evening, and now we just woke up and we're here to eat. So we're enjoying an amazing dinner. Well, we haven't started yet, but I can smell it. It's amazing. At Kazarma restaurant, and it's facing the sea. It's so beautiful here. Hey guys, so this concludes our trip to Mykonos, and now we are off to Santorini. I really hope you all enjoyed this vlog and that it was very informative and enjoyable for you. So yes, I will be touching base from Santorini now, and thank you all so very much for watching. I love you all. Mwah.
Keep watching, subscribe, like and share.